What is good, Tsla family? It's Ray J back with another video. And in this one, I want to give you guys a very quick update on the overall market involving Tesla, what's happening with the economic calendar moving forward, and a very important letter that came out for shareholders at least just a couple of days ago. But before I break into devil's information, before I get into any more details, let me just mention a couple of things. I am personally not a financial planner, so take nothing I say as financial advice. And also, if you guys can, please check out the Weeble link, which is down below and in the description. If you sign up for Webull and deposit $500, you are guaranteed 20 free stocks. Deposit $25,000 or more, you're guaranteed 75 of them, and all friends in just a couple of weeks. Anyways, the market's dipping just a bit, guys, but it's not necessarily the end of the world. I say this because of the fact that I do believe that this is creating another dip buying opportunity. If SPY loses this 527.5 support, we'll be looking for a move all the way down to our EMAs down here. And it's going to be completely fine because, once again, I still believe the market's going to rally more later on. And this is just creating another dip buying opportunity. And I think that that's what's basically happening right here. So watch 527.5 as support on SPY. Watch resistance at 529 to 530. And if we do dip a bit, I'll be watching our key EMAs for some kind of bounce, at least later on. Now, as far as Tesla goes, Tesla was trying to break past the 180 resistance. We actually touched and tagged 182. So pretty good sign on Tesla. We're actually holding up relatively well, but the move did not last. Tesla's kind of struggling to hold above 180. And now we're approaching our key EMAs, which are going to be closer to the 178 area. So in my personal opinion, we could see Tesla dip a bit with the markets. It's going to be okay though, because we're still holding our range. So Tesla's not necessarily in a bad place. It's just that we've been trading sideways in this range for many, many weeks. It's been kind of stuck between supply and demand, going back and forth and back and forth. And we're going to likely continue to do so, at least for the time being. So make sure you watch the 178 zone as our support area. Our resistance happens to be around this 180 area as well. And so far, with the market dipping a bit, this is helping and contributing to Tesla dipping as well. But there is still potential in Tesla to rebound if we could try to close above 180 or even hold above it. So we're not too far from resistance, but that's where we're currently at. For Nvda was trying to push very nicely after all the AI developments. Just know that we have resistance at 1140, and then we have support all the way down here to 1120. So we'll see how things go with that. And then for the QQQ, we did push all the way up to about this 455 area. Now we have support currently at 452.6. That's worth noting. If we lose that, we have a gap to fill all the way down towards 451.6. So we'll see how things hold up for the QQQ. Overall, we're still holding up well, so we'll give this some time. It might dip a little bit, though. We do have this gap to fill before we try to bounce again. So I think the market may dip a bit before we try to bounce. It's not necessarily the end of the world. Aapl has resistance at 195, and then we have support currently around 194 flat. And if we lose that, I'll be looking at 193.25. So I'll be watching these supports. Overall, this is something else that's worth noting. Just for a few more, I just wanted to call it AMC and GameStop. I know they pumped very nicely, but the issue is now GameStop kind of dipped back down. We have support currently at this 30 area where our 20 EMA happens to be. We got to hold this. If we lose this on GameStop, we're coming down to 25.9. If we hold this, we'll try to rebound. And AMC is in a very similar place. We're going to be watching 4.76 to see if we rebound or not. But that's what I'm looking for in the markets thus far. And that's what's happening, at least for Tesla stock. Anyways, now let's talk about the shareholder letter. I know I was kind of like delaying this for a bit. Sorry about that, guys. But this is actually a letter that Tesla released to many shareholders. It says that Tesla has been one of the most successful enterprises of our time. And in just the past 6 years, they created over $736 billion in value for you while advancing their mission of accelerating the world's transition to sustainable energy. It's very important. They're talking about the important vote that's coming up, at least very, very soon for Tesla. The present and future value of Tesla is poised to deliver for all of you who are basically at risk. So they're saying that if you vote for the proposal 3, basically re-domesticating Tesla in the state of Texas, proposal 4 is basically for the ratification of the 2018 CEO Performance Award. So those are going to be two very important things that they're basically incentivizing different Tesla investors to be voting upon. And they're basically saying that Texas is their business home, but they want to make this their legal home as well. So that's kind of like part of what their main goal is right over here. That's going to be very, very important with what they want to do in terms of jurisdiction and other factors like that. So that's something else that's worth noting. There's also a lot of talk about protecting your investments to bring Tesla home to Texas. They announced the Texas Gigafactory. They moved their headquarters to Texas. They're trying to do this all, at least from a more legal standpoint. So that's what they're kind of like pushing for. And they believe that this is going to help move with stockholders' desires. So I do believe that this is going to be more positive for them, and more investors will be once again kind of incorporating and doing something very successful. They're also saying that many successful companies are incorporated in their home states. So that's what Tesla is trying to tell us about. And the way to vote is just voting online is very, very quick and easy. You can also use a QR code or vote by mail. There's all different ways to do it. These are all the different areas you could go to just kind of like contact them. So this is actually very important for Tesla. So this letter just came out a couple of days ago about the very important votes that are coming up. I personally think that this is also important. There's also going to be a lot of talk about Elon Musk's pay package. I think that it's very important for Tesla to do what's best for their business, and many people do and would argue that Tesla's in a very, very great position to be headquartered in Texas. So making it their home has a lot of advantages, and that's what Tesla's after right here. So that's something else that Tesla's been talking about. We'll see how things go from here. Tesla's still fighting to see if it could hold 180. It didn't do the best of jobs at holding this, so let's see how well it does here. And we'll see if Tesla closes above 180. So if we do so, that's going to be a good sign. It is showing some strength, it's building some momentum. So I do like that about the stock. And then we'll just have to see how things at least kind of continue from here. So, anyways, guys, with that being said, thank you all so much for listening. Just one more update about Tesla. I just want to show you guys a couple more things for technicals before I conclude the video. On the 4 hour time frame, okay, I have my 4 hour chart right over here. As you guys can see, we have a very, very nice looking inverse head and shoulders like structure that's actually looking very, very strong right now. And holding above 180 would be a really good sign for this to start playing out. So it could be a rally starting as we get very close to the shareholder meeting. I'm not sure if we're going to pump approaching it or maybe after it, but we are showing life on Tesla. I'm really liking this. Tesla's also outperforming SPY and the QQQ, so it's a good sign of strength. And we'll be watching to see if Tesla continues to bounce from here. For a lot of strength, if we break past 182 and close above that or hold above that, then Tesla's going to really start running. And I do see a lot of these imbalances it's going to start filling. So I personally see potential in the share price. We have to give it some time, of course, but it most definitely is still there. Also, guys, for SPY and the QQQ, I see upside potential later on. We are dipping a bit for now, but it doesn't matter because I believe that this is just creating another dip buying opportunity. However low we go, right? We have a lot of key EMAs in the 4 hour time frame, even at the 525 to 526 area. There's also 527.5 as support. Regardless of how low we go, I do still see a bounce coming. I think more buyers will defend. I still think that there's more upside potential coming into the 530s later on. That is my view, guys. That's what I see for now. And we'll see how well Tesla holds at this 180 area. It's going to be key for us. I know people see this head and shoulders and they're worried that it's going to start sinking. Well, don't worry about it sinking until we lose like some key support, until we lose these EMAs, for example, then 173. We haven't lost that yet on Tesla. We're still holding up nicely. And if we continue to hold above 180, if anything, this could just be a trap and Tesla could still continue to rally anyways. So I see potential in Tesla. I see potential in the charts. So let's see how well we hold above 180, and we'll take it one step at a time and see how it goes. All right. So with that being said, I'll be back in a couple of hours for another update. Thank you all so much for listening. Hope you guys have a great day, and peace out.